Welcome back. So all eyes will be on the Independence Stadium this Saturday when the NPP, National People's Party contingent led by President Adama Barrow, converge there for the launching vis-a-vis Congress of the party. And because of this, I'm now joined by Saihou Mballow, an advisor to the president, but also a member of the party. So Mballow, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for allowing me to come here and talk to viewers and also expressing my satisfaction about the preparation of this launching on Saturday.
So this is a massive event, Mr. Mballow. Clearly, I mean, this is the first ever convergence, if you like, official convergence of the National People's Party. This will mark the launching of the flagging off, if you like, of the party. How significant is this event?
Well, Mr. Njai, I am happy to tell Gambians that the National People's Party that was registered on the 31st of December 2019 under the leadership of the Secretary General and Party Leader, His Excellency Adama Barrow, will be launched this coming Saturday, 30th of January 2021. Preparations are on. The Gambian people are very happy to be part of this history. For a president to be elected and register a party, this is going to be first in this country. It has never happened in this country. For somebody to be elected as a president under a coalition and then come and register the people ask him to register his political party because of the hope and also the respect that they have seen in him, and also the development projects that he has embarked on within this short time, within 4 years. Definitely this is history, and we are calling on Gambians not to miss this date.
Why did you choose the Independence Stadium?
I mean, we chose the Independent Stadium simply because of the capacity that we are expecting. We don't think whether any other stadium or any other hall can accommodate the number of people that are coming from Koina to Carton. Because we are talking about somebody who has done within this short time a lot of projects, and people are very, very happy. Recently, we came out just about 4 weeks back. We were on a nationwide tour where he went and inaugurated a lot of projects, and also he laid the foundation stone of a lot of like roads, stadiums, I mean other projects, boreholes and the like. And now for that person, I mean, to come and launch a political party, people are very happy, and we are optimistic. The Independent Stadium will be full to capacity.
How many people are you expecting in terms of delegates? Well, because this is going to be a launching Congress, so you expect delegates to come. How many delegates are you talking? Or this is just strictly a launching?
Well, actually, this one, what we are doing right now, this is just a launching. As you know, the party is not obligated even to conduct a Congress as it is yet. According to the IEC, Independent Electoral Laws, parties are expected by the IEC
to conduct,
yes, to conduct their congresses every 2 years.
Yes.
And for ours, we are just 1 year old. So that means we still have time up to 31st of December to conduct our Congress. So right now what we are doing is we want to launch it as it is a party of the people, party of the Gambians. They are the people who call on His Excellency President Adama Barrow to register a political party. We want to show them that here your party is. This is your party. It has been registered. We are launching it.
But one thing that is very crucial when it comes to organizations has to do with the issue of structures. I mean, this is a party, a new party, of course, but then a party ought to have like a structure in terms of leadership. And it is in the case of political parties, what much is known is that it is at the Congress where political parties go about, appointing their set of those people that they think can run the affairs of the party. So here is NPP, everything is a little jumbled up. You don't even know who are the leaders of the party. You just interview people, you don't even know what position they hold in the party. So that is quite disorganized. Don't you think your Congress should have come sooner rather than a mere launching? What do you have to say about that?
Well, I respect that. That is your opinion. And
no, it's a question. It's not an opinion.
Okay. What is happening is, Mr. Njai, MPP is properly structured, simply because looking at the challenges that the party has faced since its registration on the 31st of December 2019, we have faced an election, by-elections, two by-elections. The Jokadu Kerjarga ward by-election, and we were able to defeat that elections simply because of the structure that we have right now, the political council. MPP has a political council which are going to be transformed. It's just a matter of transformation. The structure is already there. These are the people who organized and coordinated the by-election in Kerjarga, and also for the by-election for the National Assembly in Nyamena West. So if they can do this thing within short time, there is nothing that will stop them. And also they have their regional chairman, Koina Tokado. They have all the regions are occupied.
This political council, who appointed it?
The political council, Gambians. The Gambians who support the president.
How did they go about appointing this?
They go about when they came together, through the regions, through all the regions, URR, CRR North, CRR South, North Bank region, LRR, West Coast, KMC, Banjul, people who support the president and they support his ideology, they support his developmental project. They came together and then they organized sort of a mini congress among themselves. And that was done countrywide. That was how we were able to get this council. This is how we were able to get our regional committees from the chairman in URR, from the vice chairman, from the PRO, the secretary, the treasurer. This is all the structures now we have in place. It's just a matter of now transformation and launching the party.
Now you put out an ad, and in this ad you called President Adama Barrow as party leader, flag bearer. Has he already been selected as flag bearer? Well,
looking at the ad, making him a flag bearer, that further demonstrates that definitely the party has no doubt in putting him as the flag bearer in the coming elections. We are satisfied. We know he can be our candidate, and we know he can win. The entire executive, the entire nation committee members have satisfied that when it comes to elections, he is going to be.
But clearly there has been no Congress, really. There has been no Congress.
Yes.
Yet you went about, maybe certain people went about announcing him as flag bearer. So where is the democracy? Because appointing a flag bearer or any other leader of a party, for that matter, has to be done through a democratic process. There is no democratic process really that you can show or tout to say that this is how we arrived at appointing or selecting President Adama Barrow as flag bearer. So where is the democratic process?
Let me tell you the democratic process, how it happened. We went to URR, we conducted a mini congress, whereby we were able. Let me just give you the process that we went through.
Yes.
The Congress I understand the Congress that you think of. That you expect us to do right now. We are going to do it, but like I said, right now we don't need even to rush to go into the transformation. What we need right now is to show the Gambian people that here you have called on President Adama Barrow to have a political party, for the people to register a political party for him. It has been done, and here we have launched it. And then we go a process. Democracy is a process. It's a process. I can give you example here, political parties that were formed, they never went to Congress, and they contested presidential election. UDP is an example. When it was formed in August 1996, there was no Congress. We picked among ourselves. We held positions, and we went straight away to challenge the incumbent. That was how. It was after the presidential election on September 1996 that in 1998, we went up to what's the name? The 2nd January, also 1997, we went for the National Assembly elections without a Congress. It was 1998 that was then we went to our first Congress in Brikama. We held the first Congress and we were able to get this thing. It's a process because it's not it was not obligatory, just like what is happening today.
I'll have to look into the records.
Go to record.
To really find out
Go to
if that was the case in UDP.
What I'm telling you is,
I know
I was a party to it. I was elected in Brikama as the Secretary General of the Youth Wing. So it's not a hearsay. It's something that I have participated.
Now let's also talk about the timing of your Congress. This event is going to be a massive event.
Yes.
But the timing of the Congress, this is happening while there is a slow return of coronavirus. COVID-19 cases are coming. I mean, by the day now, the health ministry is saying or announcing the discovery of new cases. Just today, they just issued a statement to say that 40 people, that is staggering. That's it. If you look at the size of this country, everybody knowing everybody, and 40 people are on the loose out there mingling with members of the public. Yet you have NPP wanting to fill the Independence Stadium with thousands of people. What do you have to say about that? The timing.
Lamin, let me tell you, Corona is here to stay with human being.
So you guys don't care?
No, let me just
you guys don't care?
It's not a matter of care. I don't think whether this is a war that is we are fighting. Yes. It's a battle that we are fighting with this invisible disease. It is not going to scare us, the war. If we do, that means the disease has defeated us. Yes. You have seen recently, United States has conducted an elections. Isn't it? Yes. Because they don't want to be scared.
I'm not
they don't want Corona to win them. So Gambia also, what we are telling you, we are fighting.
Elections must be held. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about large crowds, and you have the president at the center of that, and yet you have that president telling people that he is serious about the fight against the pandemic. What do you have to say about that?
We are going to apply the same methods.
What methods are you going to apply?
That is the health advice methods that are put in place.
But clearly,
we are going to make sure enough masks are supplied to the people.
But clearly, we have seen that you have not been observing that. The president went on a nationwide tour, far less crowds. Yet there wasn't this issue of observing the health care advisory that you were talking about. So. Really, that is no happening of such a thing.
But Mr. Jai, I would disagree. If you observe, if you closely look at the videos of our meetings, of our rallies that the president held throughout the country, you will see health workers headed by Mamadou Njai, who is the head of that promotion, health promotion. Yes. They were all over. Before we enter, people were with bottles, sanitizers bottles. They will give you, put it on your hand. They ask whether you have a mask, and they were supplying it. It happened throughout. The health workers were on their feet.
But clearly, I saw the videos, and in these videos,
those are isolated in these things.
Not isolated cases. These are meetings, in very important critical meetings where you have people packed together without no mask, without no social distancing. This is exactly what happened. So in such crowds, it's always difficult to observe some of these rules that you're talking about.
What is important, what is the most important thing, Njai, what is most important here is for us to make sure that we advise our followers, we advise our supporters, our militants, and also party members to make sure that they respect the guidelines of the health ministry. And we will do that. Like any other institution, that's what they are doing. Throughout the country, that's what they are doing. We cannot do anything extra today. The whole world is doing that.
I know that in the Gambia there is one thing, that is this always this issue of camaraderie when it comes to politics in this country. You see political parties inviting one another to their events. Have you reached out to your fellow political parties as a way of having them grace your event?
Yes, we are working on the process. Invitations are going to they will be dispatched either tomorrow, either today or tomorrow. They will be dispatched to all political parties, to all media houses, and also all other sectors of society in this country.
Are you going to invite UDP?
We're going to invite Ousainou Darboe, and we hope Ousainou Darboe will come, because this party is a splitter of the UDP, a splinter of the UDP. So for that to come here and be very powerful and come now this thing, we expect Ousainou Darboe to come there and see that his brother or his son or his ex-executive members like Saihou Mballow, Lamin Cham and others are working. It happened all throughout the world. It's not new. So we expect him, I mean, to act politically matured and to come and sit down there and say, yes, democracy is working. I'm here to see whether you people, but I will defeat you in 2021. That's what we expect. We want Gambian politicians to act maturely in this country. If they invite any of our party members, they will go. Recently, Henry Gomez conducted a congress. I was at the center of stage.
No, but when it comes to GPDP, NRP, these are parties that are affiliated. These are parties that are very much affiliated to NPP vis-a-vis the president. But let me also ask you, how is the president feeling ahead of this massive event?
He is definitely proud of he's very proud of the mobilization that people are conducting right. He's satisfied because he's talking to chairmen throughout the country, women mobilizers, youth mobilizers throughout, and they are optimistic. They are very happy, giving him courage. I mean, that His Excellency, we are happy that this party is going to be launched this coming weekend. So he's very optimistic. He's very happy. How
about the issue of renting people?
Renting. What do you
How
mean
about fears of NPP using their money? There is an incredible amount of money at your disposal.
We don't have money.
Of course you have money. It's the richest political party. It's the youngest, yet the richest. But what do you have to say about some of these claims, as wild as they may be, of NPP using the money, going out to people out there, giving them money for them to come to their event?
It has never happened in the history of our political activities in this country. These are just mere allegations that people are making, simply because they are surprised, or they are either surprised, either scared of the mass mobilization that is being featured, or the mass support that President Barrow is receiving. That's why they are coming up with this simple or mere allegation that these are rented crowds. We never do that. People are forcing. Right now, even as we are talking, Laminja, let me tell you that we are having problem, because I'm just from visiting the political bureau at the NPP headquarters. They are having URR, the number of people they want to come to bring. The council, the political council is telling them that you cannot bring that number of people, and they are fighting. I can call, if not this was an interview, I'll call the chairman right now in Upper River. They are fighting that they cannot now prevent anybody from coming, because if they do that, they will be having problems. Everybody wants to come in URR. CRR North, CRR South, 2,000, 2,000, 4,000. We are saying that we cannot accommodate. How can this stadium bring the whole nation there? We told them there are limitations. Number of people. We want URR to cut their numbers to this amount. CRR North, CRR South, LRR, Northern Region, West Coast. At least West Coast here, we cannot control people. We know that. That's why we are limiting the orbit. Because West Coast and Banjul, somebody can walk to the stadium. Who are you going to stop? Who are you going to stop? But URR, if you tell people, please don't go, because there is a limitation cap that is put in place for URR. All of you, if you go there now, where are people going to be accommodated in that stadium, and also accommodation-wise in the combos? This is what we are facing right now. But it's not a matter of rentage. That rentage is out of it.
Why are so much people shifting to NPP?
They have seen something that they have been looking for quite a long time. They wanted a peaceful leader. That's the reality. They wanted a tolerant leader. They wanted a democratic leader. That's the fact. They want somebody who is developmental oriented. And they have seen it. It's simple. It's nothing. He is a simple man. He was a businessman. He is not rich. but he is down to earth. He wants to make sure that he works with the Gambians. He sympathizes with the Gambians. And he doesn't want to see any. He don't want to see any Gambian cry. That's the simple, and they have recognized that in him.
Now, how is the event? Quickly, that would be my final question on your launching there.
Yes.
The event, how is it going to look like?
The event first is going to be at the Independence Stadium, and then we will have some entertainers, musicians. We expect, as any other events, any other launching, we will allow Gambian musicians to perform at the stadium. And also after that, we will have our religious leaders pray for the party and also for the nation. And from there, other officers, our other representative, regional representative, will be talking. They will be allowed to talk, and also some executive members of the NPP Political Council will be allowed also to give a speech and tell Gambians how the party was registered, why it was registered, and who is heading it, and what we expect this party, what do we expect it to do after 2021, and how prepared are they for 2021. It will all be disclosed there at the launching. And also His Excellency President Adama Barrow would address the party members and also address the Gambian people, tell them that he has been chosen to lead this party. Gambians registered the party because of his love for him, and he has accepted it. He is leading the party. He would address the people.
He will address the people.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be a very, big massive day for your party. Good luck. Away from that,
yes.
Mr. Mballow, you are a senior advisor
yes.
of the president.
I'm a junior advisor.
Well, you are a senior advisor.
No, junior advisor.
You certainly are.
Junior.
Just recently, the seizing of nearly 3 tons of cocaine in the country, what it has done is that it has shocked the whole nation.
Yes.
What is President Barrow saying about this?
Well, Lamin, President Barrow, as any other president, President Barrow believes in the rule of law. These drugs have been seized at the ports, and the security officers, security enforcement officers are doing their job. And we want to allow them to do their job. We don't want to interfere. We know we have different sectors of the security security in this country. We have the SIS, we have the drug enforcement, we have the police, we have the Interpol. They are all working towards this thing. What President Barrow said, and he has repeated it, he is not going to be lenient to drug dealing in this country. He has always been emphasized that he doesn't like this country to be a drug hub. He doesn't want it. He is saying that, and he emphasizes it. He said 2 things, I remember in one of our meetings. He said, 1 thing, I will not accept it. Drug dealing and terrorism in this country, I will not accept it. I want the Gambian people to be free, to live peacefully in this country. He has said it, and I know that's what he is observed. He is waiting for the security who are doing their investigation to come. And anybody responsible, anybody apprehended would face the law. The law, that's what it's doing. The person, we understand, somebody has escaped. But it is not new. It's not only Gambia that drug dealers have escaped.
Yet you have people accusing his government of complicity. Some even claiming, as wild as it may be, that the president himself must have had a hand via his, those people, associates, if you like.
Those people are jokes. They are jokers. They are just joking. Because we all know President Adama Barrow throughout his life in this country. Throughout his life, we all know, every Gambian knows that President Barrow is a very hard-working somebody. He's a pure Muslim. Pure Muslim. He doesn't associate himself in anything of that sort. How can somebody? Is that not people who just want to joke with themselves, Mr. Jack? Mr. Barrow, President Barrow, we all know internationally they respect him. They know is somebody who does not associate himself with drugs, this alcohol, and the violence, gang violence. We know that. Everybody, we know each other in this country. So it's not somebody like him that you will associate with. He will not accept it for anybody, even his family. Drugs.
How about President Barrow as president and the kind of people who interact or who deal with him? is there any proper vetting in place in terms of the people that the president hobnobs with? Because you see a lot of people who come to the president. For example, an investigation by one of the country's really investigative journalists, what it has uncovered, is that you have people who are not properly vetted, and these people would access the president to the point of posing with him, taking photos with him. So really, I think that will be bad PR on the part of the presidency or his advisors, really, to allow people to be on the side of the president, people who are not entirely clean. Well, what vetting process is there at the presidency? Well,
Mr. Njai, it is, I must confess that it is unfortunate that some criminals would find their way, not only in Gambia here, but in other parts of the world it has happened. Some people who are involved in dubious activities, some people who are notorious criminals would always find their way to get closer, or at least to be seen as closer to, if you are, Njai is the president, to get close to, or Mr. Mballow is top person, to get closer, so that at least that would give them a leeway out there with the security. Oh, we saw him with Mr. Mballow, he's a clean somebody. We saw him with Njai, Njai is the minister, or he's the president. Some criminals, that's what they do. It's not only here. I can tell you, even in the United States, in London, it happened. Criminals, you see someone, even people whom you know, rapists, they would find their way. But it is left to the security of the country to make sure that they watch for those type of people and put them on the blacklist. It will happen.
In the case of President Barrow, has it ever happened?
Somebody to get closer to it. What I'm telling you is, I'm telling you generally, criminals always do that. I'm not saying that they get closer to Barrow. I'm telling you, it happens. Notorious criminals always find a way to get closer, just to be seen as having picture or having dinner with top people, ministers, advisors, presidents, vice presidents. It happened all over. I can tell you.
And also those who.
So if it happened here, it is not new.
And also those who give the president money. Some of these people, would there be any arrangement sort of on the part of the president's advisors or the presidency to vet those people to find out where these business people are getting their money?
Well, what I'm telling you, I don't understand what you mean by they give president the money.
What we have seen every now and then, NPP people would say, our money comes from people who contribute, people who give us money. So I'm talking about these people. And these are, most of these, in most cases, these are people who have a good relationship with the president. So I am saying, these people, do you try to find out how they go about making their money before taking this money from them?
Well, Laminjai, NPP or this government, like any other government, we make sure that we closely monitor the people who get access to the president. In the case of President Adama Barrow, we are doing that. We are always trying to avoid people who are notorious of drug dealing. Just what other countries do. We make sure that we prevent them or we block them from getting closer to the principal. That's what we do. Also, for them to donate the party, if we are aware, it might happen without us, people on top of the party, people like me or other people, without knowing. But if we know, we would prevent it. We would say, you know what, can you hold on? We will call you and we will let you know when your donation will be accepted. That's our policy. It might happen without our notice, but if we know, and we must take action, because we want our party to be credible, as the president is credible. We know the president is credible, he is respected, and he believes in rule of law and democracy. So we don't want anything that would taint him. We will not allow that. We will never allow him to.
Let's talk about two things. First, the delay of the voter registration. The IEC was supposed to commence the registration of voters, only for them to abandon it, to delay it because of some problems really that the commission was facing. In NPP circles, What is your, assessment of that? What do you have to say about the fact that the voter registration exercise has been delayed?
Well, I mean, that was not our wish. We thought on the 14th, the scheduled date for general registration in this country would have taken place. That was our expectation. We were even preparing for it. But it came as a surprise that they announced that it is surprise. I mean, they have cancelled it. We cannot do what we do. What we are waiting, like any other political party, like any other citizens. We are waiting for them. We don't want to force them. We don't want, like I said, we don't want to use. This is not a dictatorship. We cannot force IEC. You have to do it. You say it. You have to do this. No, they have their constraints. They have their problems. Whatever. We want to make sure that they work with Gambians and Gambians to understand them also as an institution, which is bound to happen to any institution, what happened at the IEC. It's not IEC only that has had this had problems or delays of exercising their activities. But people give them chance. They give them time. Let Gambians be patient and give IEC the time to do their work and do their preparations. That's what I believe.
Some critics claim that the NPP vis-a-vis President Barrow is trying to work the IEC you want to work them in your favor.
That is not correct. All I can tell you is that is not correct. That is to the contrary. We have never interfered with them, and we will not interfere. We allow them to do. They inform us. We attend meetings with other political parties. That's what we are doing. And if they are ready to do something, we will participate as other parties are participating.
And while the voter registration hoo-ha was going on, you have this issue of the president appointing someone who was a member of the NPP, only for that to come out, and the president later backtracking when he realized that the decision there was illegal. What do you have to say about... No, yes, but before that, what do you have to say about the president every now and then making such, primary school mistakes?
Yeah.
And you have advisors. He has a lot of advisors at his disposal, the likes of Saihou Mballow.
Yeah.
Why are you people allowing the president to make those slip-ups?
Yeah.
Yes.
These are one of the rules of democracy.
Yes.
Democracy is a small process. You don't have to rush. When he appointed Joyner,
yes,
we never knew that Joyner in Banjul, within his circle, according to what we are hearing, he was associated. But these are not official. In fact, these are not official. Joyner never had an official executive position in the party itself. That is even to surprise. But President, respecting the principle of democracy, he said, hence.
No, but clearly, since he allowed his name to be in that list of executive members, he is a member of the party. That was an executive document. That was a party document.
He was just considered as somebody like a sympathizer of the party, coming there. Njai, if I have a party and you come into me, one day we sit in there. They will write your name. Number of people attended. Njai was here. Lamin Njai today attended. He was here. But nobody will tell you where Joyner has called on a rally or called on a meeting or sponsor a MPP
it's not
rally.
About, it's not about calling a rally.
So
what the law says is very clear. You cannot be a member of the political party and be an official of IEC. That is what the law says. So that is nothing about holding a rally.
That's why the president, that is good. The president, after knowing about that, he said,
You know, the issue here is not about him appointing and later realizing what he did is wrong and then he undoes it. What I am trying to drive at is that why is he making such mistakes when you have all these advisors and he's paying all of you guys, all of you people. He's paying you a lot of money, yet you are allowing him to make mistakes.
We are not allowing. Mistakes are bound to happen in any democratic process. So that is not a mistake. These are Gambian. These are not things that they are going to hamper our democracy. These are simple daily mistakes that are happening throughout the democratic process of all nations. like appointing some. It happened even. How many times did you hear? Yeah, you are a respectable journalist. You know about what is happening. How many times people in the United States will appoint somebody only to be torn down? How many times? It is just a matter of vetting. When you are vetted and you fail, you are out. What is it? What is the crime in that? Nothing is wrong with that. We are maturing in democracy in this country. It's bound to happen. President Barrow is bound to appoint people when he is pointed finger, that person is pointed finger, he will respect it. You go aside. I'll give you an example. When Musa Suso was appointed as an advisor, when people shouted, and they said to him, Bala 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 Musa pass record, what happened? He was put aside. It's going to happen. Our democracy is maturing. We should be thankful for that. There are rare times here. You will not, nobody dare to open your mouth and say, President should not do this. He should not appoint somebody. He will appoint a murderer. Nothing will come out of it. But today we are happy. Somebody just because, yes, Joyner has associated himself with NPP, bala bala bala, HE will say, okay, go aside. I respect the rules of the IEC. Thank God, our democracy is growing.
Now, what do you have to say to the accusation that the president fronted the effort in killing the draft constitution?
Mr. Njai, that is something that people have said. We have said it. We have put our record straight that we have no hand in that. The people who killed the draft constitution is the National Assembly. It has never been killed in State House. It has never killed in NPP office. It was killed at the National Assembly. People who have the power, lawmakers, kill it in the National Assembly. Tell me anyway, give me evidence who voted, who killed the National Assembly, who killed the draft constitution other than at the National Assembly. Do I have power to vote? Do President Adam Barrow have power to vote?
Do you realize that the president can have very long hands? What much happened is that the MPs who blocked it are MPs whose loyalty to him is out there.
If he had that long arm you are talking about, then his bills would have not been rejected all the time. You've seen his bills.
Which of his bills was
the other one, the development, this thing, bill that he put there, he wanted to build roads. They said no.
They served.
What can he do?
They served.
So he couldn't do anything.
The SAVA.
So yeah. So this is our democracy now. President wants something, they say no.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
He's respected. Yes. President say, Kumba Jai, Yakumba, I have fire Yakumba. The law say no. He accepted. That's democracy. The National Assembly, they brought the draft constitution. Some members, that draft constitution was required to have 75% to be passed. It failed because of the National Assembly. President Barrow cannot do anything to them. He doesn't own them. They are independent there.
Okay, no, they own themselves. Well, that is the president.
So let us not please. Sometimes should not blame President Adam Barrow for something that is unnecessary. He has no power. Otherwise, he would have just been doing what he wants, building, taking money from anywhere. He cannot do it.
He cannot do that.
He respects the law.
Now, what do you make of the new process? The new process of inviting outsiders to come and talk to the various stakeholders in a bid to finding an agreement and then taking it back, because what the government wants to do is by June, so that there will be a referendum by the end of June. But before that, they want the draft constitution to go back to the parliament.
Well, anything for me, any law that is acceptable and that is representing the interests of the Gambian is acceptable for Honorable Saihou Mballow. If that is what they are doing right now is to the interest of the Gambians, so be it. But I know if it is not going to pass again. I know that because the Gambians will not accept it. And now people are aware, eyes are open. They will not allow few elite to come and bring anything on the table and accept people to swallow it. It's not going to happen.
Honorable Mballow, this is going to be a very serious year, a year of politics, a year of election, presidential election at that. Of which the president will be, of course, vying, will be competing for re-election. In terms of the atmosphere, there is this issue of attacks and counterattacks. You know, you look at our politics, really, it is largely based upon politicians attacking one another. As an advisor to the president, does the president at instances, you know, engage some of you on the issue of politicians attacking one another?
Well, I mean, we are trying. We are trying. What is unfortunate is very difficult, because if senior politicians in this country, senior politicians who are expected to show a better example, some leaders of bigger political opposition parties here are calling President Adama, attacking President Adama Barrow personally, calling his father. It's very difficult. That's what we are facing right now. President Barrow doesn't want Gambia to go into that direction. He doesn't want our politics to go into that direction. He wants political parties to respect each other, to avoid personal attacks. But, I mean, Lamin Jai, if I can tell you, it is not easy. We are not going to have it easy, simply because it's coming from top. If all the political leaders were advising their following that do not go personal, do not do this, we would have had a better and peaceful message.
But
voters.
Don't you think this should have started with the president? He is the leader of this country. Somebody that everybody ought to listen to. Yet you have the president at his meetings where people will stand and disparage other politicians, and he would come and speak in those events, and he would not even care.
Well, he cares. He cares. I mean,
but we have never seen the president publicly say, "Okay, denounce politics of vitriol, politics of attack."
Lamin, I mean, that would bring some comfort.
I've never seen the president do
that.
But
didn't you see what happened in Banjul? Didn't you see what happened in Banjul?
What happened in Banjul?
What happened in Banjul?
What did he do? Because when
no, just allow me.
Okay, go on.
I know I have reminded you, and
you've reminded me something. But now go. I'll get there. Get there.
At the arch, when we had our last meeting in Banjul, we saw somebody from the diaspora, a member of the NPP in the diaspora, came out, wanted to express his freedom of speech, which it is in our constitution, section 25 of the 1997 constitution, state that every Gambian should have the right to the freedom of speech.
But that freedom of speech doesn't necessarily involve
and that person
and
that supporter was only expressing his opinion, in which really me personally I supported. He wanted to say he was a member of the UDP, because that's the introduction he started with. I was member of UDP since 1996. Usainu Dabo was my leader. Ahmad Ba got up and said to him, "Stop, don't mention name, don't call names." And we said,
but you knew.
I got up and
knew
said,
where
somebody to express his speech.
You knew where that speech was heading to. Yet
no,
you wanted him.
I'm not a fortune teller. I cannot know what is in someone's mind. What is he coming to say? I didn't know what he is coming to say.
But you were clearly, you and your fellow colleague advisor to special advisor, what you were literally doing was firing him up to say whatever he wants to say.
No, not what we were trying to.
To ginger him, if you like.
We were trying to support the clause in the constitution,
which is freedom
of speech. Allow him to express. We don't know what he wants to tell us. Maybe he is coming to tell us, listen, I was in UDP, I came to support you today. Maybe I'm not staying, or maybe I'm going to do this. Who knows what is in his mind? If we don't allow him to speak, we will not know what he wants to say. That was my whole idea with the fellow advisors. We allow somebody to express how you feel, your opinion, freedom of speech, section 25. That's all. We will never support somebody to come and insult an opposition leader. We will not do that. To come and insult in the presence of a rally, so insult somebody, mother or father, we will come and stop you, push you out. But somebody also a Gambian, I want to express myself. I was a member of this political party. I am here. Is this and this? That party is the one that is derailing our democracy, or this and that. That is his opinion. Does that mean that he owns the Gambia? Does that mean what he is saying is what the Gambian people are going to follow? No. People are insulting Saihou Mballow every day. Do that kill Saihou Mballow? No. It's their right. If they don't like me, they have the right. Let them go to Market Square and insult my mom. Is that going to stain me? No. They are given the right. But if you insult somebody, that means you have insulted your own self. That's what the belief I have. I will not insult somebody's mom. So whoever insults my mom, you are insulting your mom. I will not stop anybody.
Now let's also talk about this. There's a lot of claims, really. Some you receive by the day. Some of us journalists. One claim has to do with the state presidency being turned into a bantaba, a VU, where the president and people will, people that you don't even know will come and sit and drink attire, and there will be no work, and the place will be turned into some VU, some bantaba.
I am not aware.
Is this the case?
I am not aware of that. All I see is the president is always in office early in the morning, before anybody, I can say. And also he leaves office. Sometimes he's the last person, or he lives with people. That's what I know. But where the people he VU, I have never heard. I'm hearing it's a story.
A typical day, how does it look like for him?
Busy, very busy.
What does he do?
He deals with different ministries. He receives ambassadors, diplomats. He receives permanent secretaries, ambassador briefing, security briefing, like any other president. That's what he does. He's very busy throughout. It's like this, through the appointment. People he's meeting, files are coming. He's looking at the files with the Secretary General, with other people. That's what the president does throughout the world. And he's busy. He's a busy somebody.
Now, one thing that is also very important has to do with the issue of economic. At the weekend, ECOWAS held its 58th ordinary session. The president took part in this meeting, and there was a decision for economic stay in this country to be extended to December. But even beyond that, now what ECOWAS is looking at is to transform it into a police mission. Well, a police mission wouldn't necessarily be these countries. ECOWAS countries would send in police officers, but it could even be soldiers in the guise of a police mission. And a lot of Gambians have expressed reservation about that, are not happy with this, the president accepting this. What can you tell us, as an advisor, what can you tell us in terms of the president turning to ECOWAS repeatedly in terms of our security needs?
I mean, Mr. Jai, this country, as long as the economic is here to help us maintain peace and stability, I think we should not object to that. Simply because we know what happened in the past year, and it was our own sons and daughters in this country who were in uniform, who were doing it to us. Now we are trying to correct that. They are trying to help us to correct. They are not here forever. They are here to make sure that the security reform is done and completed. The TRRC is done and completed. Our electoral process, everything is done in a peaceful manner. That's all what they are doing. And they did it in other countries. They did it in Liberia. They did it in Sierra Leone. You know how many years they stayed there? More than 8 years. But now, thank God, there is nobody who ever thought Sierra Leone will be as peaceful, as democratic as it is today. There was a time you see Sierra Leone, you see people going with half arms. Chopped arms. Seriously, people were fed up. You see Sierra Leone left the country. They never wanted to go back to Sierra Leone forever. But thank God to ECOWAS. That time was ECOMOG under the leadership of Sadauda. ECOMOG was formed under the leadership of Sadauda Kairaba Jawara when the war broke in Liberia. He was the one who called all the ECOWAS states, and they formed ECOMOG to go and help our brothers and sisters in Liberia.
But in the case of the Gambia, it's different. The contexts are different. We are not in a war. These are countries that went to war, civil wars. The Gambia has never been a war, has it?
It is true that we are not at war physically. That is a fact. But knowing what we went through and knowing the anger that is in the minds of the Gambians, the differences that existed between our armed forces, Jai, any sensible somebody would tell you that let's try and reconcile this nation. Let's try and allow Gambians to recognize each other and respect each other. Until they are peaceful and they accept that, then this outside force go away. Otherwise, if I am angry for Mr. X, or Mr. X, I was the one who tortured him one time, that is very difficult to go away.
But also, don't you think it is down to the failure of the government in ensuring that there is security sector reform? This security sector reform was rolled out way back in 2017. Now, 4 years down the line, really nobody could really tell. I mean, I wrote an op-ed, and what I said there is only a brave man will say there has been any progress, or this security sector program has thrived. In terms of the government and the security sector reform, don't you think, I mean, a lot could have been achieved towards the direction of having our security, take charge of our security?
Well, I mean, I think they are saying, let's allow them to do their work. The security sector is composed of not only Gambians, there are experts. We brought experts from the UN who are working with us, from United Kingdom, from United States. They are all advising. They are all contributing towards the success of these security reforms. Let's allow them and give them time to do their work. Let us not allow
how much time do they still need to finish
I am not
because we are in four years now. Still, you cannot show anything to say that progress has been made. You know, still you cannot trust our army, our military, our police, our NIA to take care of our security needs. So when are you going to be done with that?
I wish I was a security personnel, but unfortunately I'm not a security person.
But you are an advisor to the president. You should be privy. You should be privy to the security briefings.
But not on security matters. So security matters are something that is totally different from civilian matters. That's why I would not have access. It would not be a good idea for me even to peep into what their activities or what they are doing. Unfortunately, security matters are something of its own. If you had asked me about our democracy here, I would tell you. We have talked about health sector. We have talked about our democracy, IEC. Those ones are civilian matters. But the security, where the army, how the army is, I don't know even how the army is. Yundum, I think I last entered Yundum about 20 years ago inside the camp. So that is something definitely. The same thing applies to Bakau. So it's something of its own. All I can tell you is, can we please allow them to do their work and present something for us?
And finally, I have someone came to me with a claim that the president, as you go into your Congress and beyond, the president is planning on reshuffling his cabinet. Somebody who is always at the State House. Have you seen any movement at all to suggest that the president wants to, get rid of certain members of his cabinet and bring in new hands?
I have not heard about that, Lamin, and I don't think whether you should believe that. Somebody going to State House. How many people are entering State House? Entering State House do not give you the opportunity or to be privy to what is happening, what is in the president's file or what he intends to do. No, it doesn't. That is confidential things. What is here in Fatu Network here? If you don't tell me, you think I will know? You have your own thing here. I just have my interview, but you will not tell me. If I go here and tell people that this is what is in Fatu Network, I must be lying. I just came, sat down, interview, and get out. But your files, what you are receiving, texts you are receiving, will I know? No. So it's the same thing as the State House.
Someone just commented saying Barrow is the best. Is he really the best?
He is the best. He is the best.
Well,
he's been liked by a lot of people now, definitely.
Honestly. Okay, thank you very much for coming. As we progress, go deeper into your bureau, deeper into your we'll be having more NPP officials to come on and then speak on your events. But thank you very much for coming, Mr. Saihou Mballow, Deputy Youth Advisor to the President. So that will mark the end of today's show. Thank you for being there. From me, Lamin Jai, and the rest of the team. We'll be back.
Thank you. I'm very
tomorrow.
Happy. It's tough though.
Home is where the heart is.